Hello everyone, my name is Fiezo Chakabuda. I've been a student under MMM Guider School and I've just filmed a big video showing my gratitude and appreciation for everything and what I have understood. MMM Guiders for giving me the opportunity to be admitted under the school, which has enriched my mind a lot, educating me in most things which I had questions on regarding how our community works. The school has given me a deep understanding of what MMM is all about. That is a mutual network where people provide help directly to each other through automatic privacies. The power of giving lets you receive in times that are 20 given to others in a space period of a year. School is a cycle of stripped identity, that's what others says, in which we continuously challenge our minds, step out of zones, and sometimes lapse into being lost. But all roads lead to success or failure. During my tenure under the Guider School, I was able to understand the purpose and the main goal of MMM, that is to change the financial system. I was able to understand the ideology, that is I was able to acquaint myself with what the participants are supposed to do and what the community strives to do, which the participant knew only about it. I was still seeing things the way the world sees things. I had already accepted the status quo of the modern world, that is the slave-holding society. But after having more time to listen to the ideology of what the system aims to achieve, I can now see the reality of things. I was able to understand how banks work, I was to understand how other pension funds work, and I was able to understand how insurance firms work, and to understand that they are also financial pyramids. They don't have their own money, but just use the money that they take from the lower interest rates and then later pay off the same money to borrowers at higher interest rates. And the people are actually put under credit bondage. This is part of the MMM ideology, and I was able to understand and experience that MMM tries to seeks to remove such a situation where people pay money into banks' deposit accounts and get money back as credit on higher interest rates. I had to develop my understanding on how the system works and thus be able to explain to others potential records that were asking where the money goes, and potential records that had many questions that they needed to understand before they registered as part of the community. I was in a position to be able to inspire them and to just spread the MMM ideology. During my school, we had tasks that we were taking care of. Each day we had a task that we had to complete, and I would like to say that all the tasks were very helpful. Even as on my part as a student, I was able to understand more about MMM, even as I was watching the different videos that were explaining a lot of things about MMM, and even reading to other materials that giving me a background of how the system came to be and how the founders came with the society, the community of MMM. I was able also to understand the conditions that are necessary for community to work, or that are some of the conditions. The major conditions are that the incoming cash flows, they are supposed to be higher than the outward cash flows. The number of deposits, they are supposed to be more than the number of withdrawals. I was also able to understand that we needed to avoid panics, and I was able to learn about the risks that are mainly there under MMM, that is the risk of the pause mode, the risk of the restart, that is the reset of the system. The main area that I really got understanding on was on the use of Bitcoins. I got enlightened on the use of how Bitcoins create a united circulation of mutual aid between participants from different countries. I heard that my Bitcoin address was also added even as I was part of this school, and I got it added to my personal account section. I want to thank our mentor Ronald for leading us and guiding us all the way, even as his students. Most people say when we achieve, we usually do so because of others who would have helped us, and your response of appreciation is the only gift in return for what has been given you. I would like to thank Ronald for all the time that he set aside his personal and professional schedule to just follow us and to assist us even as we are going through this school studies. And I would like to give him my utmost gratitude because it means a lot to me personally, everything that he was doing unto us. I also would like to thank each and every person who was part of my group. Even on this 11th page, I was able to work with a team that is committed enough, that is willing to share their ideas, and that is to give all the resources that we have, even as we were trying to accomplish all the different tasks, especially the business games that we were given as a team to achieve and to come up with ideas. I'm very grateful for each and every one of their support, and I'm grateful to be part of all the teams that I was put on. I can say that as a manager, I now am able to understand what steps need to be taken to solve difficulties that come with that are by our community. And as a leader, I'm able to face such difficulties using all the resources, using all the ideas we used or that we came up with, even as we were doing the business games which are real-time scenarios that are just placed in our minds for us to be able to come up with solutions to focus on, depending on what situations we would have been looking at. Last but not least, I just want to thank everyone who is part of this group, everyone who was part of everything that we were doing, even as a team, even as we are moving forwards together as a team. I would like to say, as we should be able to know and understand that we are the face of the community, and the success and the stability of the system development fully depends on our knowledge and loyalty. And I hope each and every one of us doesn't judge ourselves not to this professional accomplishment, but we need to brace ourselves to our duty and to so be ourselves that as the community lasts for the coming decades, men will say this was their finest group. I would like to leave everything to my guidance school, and I'd like to have everything that we're going to be doing from now forwards. Even as we are potential managers, even as we are going to be managers in the community, we are going to have a great impact spreading the ideology outside the world for more people to join and for the community to spread across all the different nations. I would like to just thank you all, and I leave this time to you. I thank you.